Welcome to Echoes of Enlightenment, where we talk about spirituality, life lessons, and overall self-development. In this 3-part series of Chosen versus the Narcissists, we'll be discussing the flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are a big part of the narcissist's arsenal, bag of tricks. And if you're wondering what a flying monkey is, it stems from the Wizard of Oz, how the Wicked Witch had some flying monkeys that she would deploy to do the dirty work for her. And that's where the name came from. And if you ever, Google narcissism and all that stuff, all this stuff that I'm talking about will come up. And you'll learn about the flying monkeys. You'll learn about the smear campaign, what I, did a episode on before this one. You'll learn about the gang stalking. And then you also learn about the parental alienation as well. And we'll get to that stuff in another episode. So all this stuff has been going on, forever. Narcissist abuse. It's been going on. And we all have a different story. That's why I'm just telling mine and how I dealt with my narcissist. Because some of my techniques might help you out. Because when you're dealing with a narcissist or you're dealing with the narcissist abuse, you need everything that you can get far as help. Because narcissists, their goal is to isolate. And that's usually what happens. Because when you fight this battle, it's a battle that you're going to have to fight alone. And that could be the difficult part. Because it'll be you. It'll be 1 on 100. You don't know how big that the narcissist team is. And a lot of people that's on the narcissist team, the flying monkeys, they don't realize that they have been tricked to be on their team. But then the tricky part about the flying monkeys is, once they do realize that they've been tricked to do some dirty work towards somebody who doesn't deserve it, they're invested. So they keep doing the dirty work just on their own without even the narcissist being around. And that's kind of the diabolical part about the whole situation. It's strange. Sometimes the flying monkeys will attempt to do more damage to the subject, to the person who's going through the narcissist abuse, than the narcissist itself. And you wonder how that could happen. How can the narcissist get a person to do their dirty work when the person doesn't even know why they're really doing that dirty work? They're putting in more effort to destroy somebody that they might not even know that well than effort that they're putting in to better their own life or to take care of their family, or they're putting in more work to destroy than they would even at their own jobs. That's the crazy part. But I would also say that the flying monkeys could also be innocent in the very beginning. In the very beginning. Because it starts off, you think you're doing the right thing. The narcissist will, go up to the flying monkey, and it doesn't even matter. This could be a stranger. This could be their family. This could be your best friends or your family. The narcissist is clever enough to present a convincing story that makes the flying monkeys believe that they need to come to the rescue of the narcissist. And the craziest part is that what the narcissist says that you're doing is exactly what the narcissist is doing to you. The narcissist will tell the flying monkeys that you're doing what the narcissist is doing to you. And that's crazy. They'll go and explain a whole crazy situation and be like, yeah, that's what they're doing. But the whole time the narcissist is actually doing all that stuff. So that's the part that's tough to grasp as being the victim or the person on the other end of the narcissism. Because you're like, no, that's what you're doing to me. But you got to realize you don't even say that. Don't even say that. The way you win the battle against the narcissist is don't entertain any of it. Everything is designed to get a reaction out of you. They'll stop at nothing. But what I want you to know is you win in the end. You win. The narcissist will destroy itself. And the sad part about it is some of the innocent flying monkeys, the people that are thinking they're coming to the rescue of the narcissist from you when you're actually the victim, they get destroyed in the crossfire too. They get destroyed with the narcissist. Because this flying monkey ends up committing crimes, thinking that they're protecting a narcissist who is actually doing all the crimes. But the narcissist is so slick is that they bid out the crimes to the flying monkeys. And the flying monkeys are like, yeah, here, I'll take it. I'll do this. And they don't even know what they're doing. Well, they know what they're doing, but they almost don't snap out of it until things start hitting close to home. Because you got to realize everything is still karma related. The flying monkeys are developing unnecessary karma, thinking they're helping. I'm going to give you this example, and it's an extreme example. Not true, but it's just an example so I can get my point across. Let's say one of your friends, they just had like a new baby, like a newborn, and so you go over to visit your friend and the new baby, right? And your friend, who's a narcissist, just say, you don't know that they're a narcissist. This is just an example. They're like, yeah, here's the new baby. I'm glad you get to meet him or her or whatever. And you're like, yeah, I'll hold the baby. You're just going to visit. And then the mom's like, hey, do you want to feed the baby? And you're like, yeah, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then they, hand you the bottle and you start feeding the baby. But you don't know that the mom has put, or the parent has put poison in the bottle. So you're feeding the baby as an innocent person, and you're just thinking you're feeding the baby, just, oh, look at the baby eating this bottle, blah, blah, blah. But there's poison in there. So you're actually doing damage and not knowing. So you're innocent right there. You're still innocent. You don't know that you're doing something wrong. And this is part of the example towards when a narcissist tells a flying monkey a wild story and the flying monkey comes to the defense. So they're still innocent at that point because they're just thinking they're helping, because a narcissist will come up with a crazy, outrageous story to really get the flying monkey to help them destroy whoever they're after. So back to the example. So the next time you go over, weeks later or something, a month later, and you're feeding the baby, and you find out, because at some point you're going to realize, or you find out that something's off with this bottle. You're like, hey, what's this in this bottle as an innocent person? And then when you find out that the mom's like, hey, well, there's this poison that I've been putting in there. If you keep feeding the baby the poison that the mom has put in that bottle, then now you're part of the problem. Now, if the mom tells you, yeah, there's poison in this bottle, and you're like, what? I've been feeding this baby. What are you doing? And you stop and you try to put it into the whole thing. Then one, you're still innocent, even that you did something kind of wrong. You make up for that wrong because you realize that you had no idea that you were doing the wrong thing. But where the flying monkeys get wrapped up in the situation is they'll find out that there's poison in that bottle, and then they begin to make the bottle. They'll be like, hey, so I know the milk's in the refrigerator, but where's the poison? So I can, in case I babysit or something, I know how to do it. I know how to make this bottle. So that's what happens with the flying monkeys. They begin to do their own evil tactics on an innocent person that they don't even know. And then what makes it even worse sometimes is once the narcissist gets to your friends, the innocent person's friends and family that actually know exactly who you are, they've been around you your whole life, and the narcissist just comes up and makes up a story, that family or the friends will still believe the narcissist that's been around a short period of time and believe the story that the narcissist has told them over what the family and friends actually know about you firsthand. But then if you look deep into that, that's when you almost really need to check who your family and who your friends are. Because they deep down, they know you didn't do what the narcissist says you've done. They're actually glad this is kind of happening. They're glad this is happening. For whatever reason it is, because they know. They know that you haven't done whatever the narcissist has said you've done, because it's too outrageous and they've known you for your whole life. You haven't done that before. It's not in your personality. It's not in anything. But all of a sudden, they're going to believe that that's what you've done. It kind of seems like they might not have liked you from the beginning. So this is where the isolation, why you end up isolated. The narcissist has dismantled the family and dismantled your friend group, dismantle any kind of security you think you have around you will be dismantled by the narcissist. And that's just by the narcissist. And the flying monkeys are doing, so when the narcissist has other stuff it needs to do, and I wouldn't be surprised if it has a bunch of victims at once. I don't know how the narcissist, I know how they operate just from knowing, but I don't know what they do. Like say they have to go out of town because they still have to work. They have to, we all still have to live. So if you got to go to a place where your kid is, the narcissist has the flying monkeys doing what the narcissist would do if it was there. But the narcissist is on a trip. Say the narcissist is on a trip, or the narcissist couldn't make it to whatever event it is. It has the flying monkeys. Those are the narcissist's eyes. They videotape you. They watch you. They follow you around. It's a crazy situation. So it's almost like you can never escape the narcissist. But what happens is, so the flying monkeys eventually they're building up karma. Because at some point they wake up and realize, because there's no proof. There's no proof that the person who's getting abuse that's going through the narcissist abuse is reacting to any of the stuff that the narcissist has said. Because what the narcissist wants to do, the narcissist will tell tons of lies, make up stories, slander, just outrageous stuff. But what the narcissist needs you to do is react and blow up and act out of character to prove that that's how you normally would act. But the thing is, that's why I say you just keep your cool. You let the narcissist self-destruct on its own. It's a hard thing to keep your cool because they will do anything and everything. So by you keeping your cool, you're never proving to the flying monkeys that you're what the narcissist said you were. There's never any reaction. Just like with the smear campaign. Okay, well, you're by yourself. You got all these people thinking all this crazy stuff about you. You got the flying monkeys trying stuff, but you're not even reacting to the flying monkeys. You let the flying monkeys do their thing. You let them do their thing. Let them videotape you. If you see them videotaping you or watching or trying to, do something to like poke the bear. You know what I mean? Just get up and move. You don't have to sit by them or you don't have to do any of that stuff. You just move. You're there. Remember the reason that you're at the event for. You're there for your kid or you're there, say it's a work. You're there because of work. You just happen to be in the same place as them, but you don't have to feed into it. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. The key is to know in the back of your mind that one, this is going to end, and two, it's all going to blow up in their face. And it's kind of sad that the flying monkeys have, because the flying monkeys, they have families. Why are they spending their time trying to destroy somebody? I'm sure the flying monkeys have people in their own personal life that they really, really dislike and have reasons to dislike or even hate. But the funny part is that they're not doing any of that to them. They're doing the dirty work to you. And I almost think that the flying monkeys are weak. Well, of course they're weak if they're even entertaining any of this nonsense, going off of word of mouth from somebody to attack somebody that they don't even know and putting a lot of effort into it. You've got to be weak. There's got to be something off, an imbalance somewhere. So I'm thinking that the flying monkeys, they're easily getting sucked into this situation because they're low vibrational. And when you're low vibrational, you're susceptible for anything. Nothing bounces off. Anything that's low vibrational, you're almost a magnet to. So now they finally get a chance to get their frustration out from their own personal life and put it on somebody that they don't even know as a release. So the crazy part is they get themselves wrapped up with this narcissist, and the narcissist is willing to go to any length to destroy its target. It doesn't matter. This can go from identity theft to the, smear campaign, to slander, to creating fake profiles, to first of all, stuff that you couldn't even think of. If you're just a regular person, you won't be able to even think of what a narcissist would do. You can't think of it because your mind doesn't go to that level. That's not the type of person you are. So you can't even grasp the stuff I'm saying is bad, seems bad, but they can do even worse. They just sit around because first of all, it's a sick obsession that they have with their target. You can get a lot of stuff done if you sit there all day and night thinking of how you can destroy somebody. You're going to come up with some things. And then the flying monkeys are on board. So when they get on board, they're getting wrapped up in all this crazy stuff that the narcissist is doing. And half the time, the flying monkey's family don't know that the flying monkey is involved in this chaos. So now the flying monkey, first of all, the narcissist is going to eventually implode. They're going to self-destruct as long as you, the target, don't self-destruct. Just outlast the chaos and you will win. That's a guarantee. And then on top of it, you'll be super strong. Anybody who can survive a smear campaign is a tough person. And after that's over, and you've moved on from the situation, if somebody says anything to you, it bounces off because you're like, what, you said that to me? Man, I've survived a smear campaign. You can't touch me. You don't know how strong. You're going to become a super strong person. You're going to surprise yourself. You're going to be a whole different person. And this is also probably going to trigger a spiritual awakening too. But I'm not going to go into that right now. I want to stay on the flying monkeys. So when the narcissist implodes, they're going to reach and take down the flying monkeys too. See, they're going to be like, see, it wasn't just me. They helped me do it. And there's going to be proof all over the place. There's going to be text messages. And I'm talking about when they go down, it's just not just a regular karma that, God will lay out. They're doing criminal stuff too. This is karma from like the justice system too. They're going to go to jail. The narcissists will go to jail, but the narcissist, you think the narcissist is going to go down by themselves? They're not going to go down by themselves. So as many people, the narcissists have a whole group of people doing some crazy stuff. That's what makes me think it's more than a personality disorder. And it's more of a spiritual negative entity attachment to that person. Because it's too good. How can you convince a whole community and convince somebody's own family to go against them? Convince your own family, and some of your own the narcissist's own family knows that they're narcissists, and then they still choose to believe the narcissist. So it's crazy. It gets deep. So when the narcissist goes down, this is towards the end of things. The narcissist, and you're going to have to outlast this. You don't know how long it's going to last. It could be, years. But you got to stay strong. But you got to realize while you're staying strong and not falling victim, keeping your vibration high, falling victim to the narcissist, you're gaining power. You're turning into a whole different person. This is some inner strength. It's just God building you up. That's what it is. God is building you up to be something totally different than what you are now, but it's for the better. You don't see it at the time. You feel like you're drowning and you're trying to stay afloat, but just stay afloat. You will stay afloat. But when the narcissist goes down, it's going to start reaching for the flying monkeys. And then the flying monkeys, if the ones that stay on board, some of them wake up and be like, oh, shoot, I need to get away from this person. This person is crazy, But there's a lot of them that will ride out with the narcissist. But then they end up going down. And some of these people are going to wind up in jail. Imagine that. One day you get a knock at your door and somebody's coming to look for your wife or your husband. And you had no clue that they were secretly working with somebody to destroy a whole nother person that they don't even know. And you had no clue that this was even going on. Imagine if you have, you got kids and stuff. You also got to realize you're doing some adult bullying. That's what narcissism is. And the flying monkeys are doing adult bullying, and they got young kids at home. Sometimes the karma will skip the adult and go to the kids, go to your kids. And now you wonder why your kids are getting picked on at school heavily. You get them out of one school, put them in a different one, and they're getting picked on at that school. And then you're going up to the school talking about, I don't support bullying. Meanwhile, the flying monkey is destroying an innocent person that they don't even know just because they're working with the narcissist. So sometimes the flying monkeys can be worse than the narcissist. Because the narcissist is the ringleader. But sometimes you got rogue flying monkeys who, they're like, I'm going to just do some stuff on my own. When they get bored, they just begin to target this person that they don't even know. They're only going off of word of mouth. And even if they see the innocent person and that person's not presenting themselves as what the narcissist said they were, they'll still continue. And I think that might just be from lack of self-esteem and finally getting a chance to have an outlet for destruction that they feel inside for themselves. But I'm going to end this right here. But until next time.